All right, let's see here. Can you all hear me?
Can y'all hear me?
Perfect. Hey, California. Jane, how are you? MS. Can you guys hear me pretty decent? No issues? Please let me know. Awesome. Terry, I do a live stream on Saturday, and we usually go over encounters and stuff and hang out. But last night I had terrible internet service, and I had to get everything set today. So perfect. No lagging, no nothing. Good stuff. I'm so glad. Sorry about last night. I was really bummed out. Hey, Chad, Karen, Pups, how are you? I couldn't believe it. 2 weeks in a row, and the Dolphins won. Nice, California. I'm glad. I haven't watched football since Dan Marino and Daddy Don Shula ended with the Dolphins and OJ McDuffie and back in the day when things were good. Illegal activities, how are you? Toby, RC, IE Native, what's up, Caden? How are you? Rigo, Mitzi, how are you today? Man, I am so glad that I felt really bad last night and the night or the week before, and everything was just crappy. So I actually I have that Total Tech member at Best Buy, and I said something was wrong with my computer, and I had the guy come over, and I made him freaking pretty much rewire everything. He was pretty pissed, but I don't care. All right, so I got a couple of encounters. Like I said, probably just a quick live stream to make up for last night, and then I got to record for tomorrow's upload. But I got one hell of an encounter for tomorrow. Hey, Susan, how are you? I'm doing well, Joe. I'm doing well. How about yourself? Vrab, how are you? Nah, it's just starting. Just starting. It's going to be a quick one, about an hour. I figured just to make it up. Joshua, how are you doing tonight? Lori, yeah, this isn't the normal live. So Saturday will still be the normal live, Saturday at midnight. But I just wanted to make sure that everything was going good. Yeah, Joe, I had things that I had to get the computer or the internet situation figured out first. It was really bothering me, and I had to actually use the internet connection in my car to upload today's videos. So what's up, Veer? From the old country. All right, so here we go. Before this incident, I had never had a paranormal experience in my life. That being said, my boyfriend seems to have enough for both of us. We went camping in the early fall of 2016 at Ovens National Park in Nova Scotia. We had just arrived back from spending the summer in Western Canada and hadn't seen each other in 4 months. So decided to spend some time together and go camping with another couple that we were close friends with. We booked the cheapest cabin at the campground for 2 nights and headed out. The first day we spent there was pretty uneventful. To give some context, the park is famous for its sea caves that are carved into the rocky cliffs of Nova Scotia East Shore. First day, we hiked the trail that overlooked the caves, or the ovens as they are called, and we were able to go down into some of them. That night, we had a campfire, but turned in early. So we sat inside the small cabin playing cards. My boyfriend was being a sore loser and seemed to be acting kind of strange. He abruptly said he was going for a walk and left the cabin. I was pretty annoyed and just let him go for a while and didn't chase after him. After about a half an hour, I started to get a bit anxious, called his cell. This is where things start to get weird. He didn't answer at first, but he called me back right away. When I answered, he seemed to have calmed down a bit, and I asked him where he was. He said he was sitting on the bench in the trail, then asked where I was. This confused me a bit because I hadn't left the cabin since he left, and I wasn't likely to since I'm terrified of the dark. I told him this, and this suddenly freaked him out. He said he was coming back to the cabin. It was weird because he's generally pretty level-headed and hard to scare. So, about 2 to 3 minutes, I hear running footsteps coming to the cabin, and my boyfriend comes tearing through the door. Then, this is what he told me. He had walked out to the trails to get some fresh air, sat down on one of the benches to look out at the ocean. The moon was pretty bright at night, so everything was illuminated pretty well. Then he said he heard someone walking by, and he saw this real tall, pale figure stop and look at him and continue on. For some reason, he assumed this was me coming to look for him. And that's when I called him and told him that I was in the cabin. He said that in retrospect, the figure was inhumanly tall and pale and couldn't possibly be a human. He was not himself for the rest of the night and didn't seem normal until lunch the next day. Hey, Ben, how are you? Gravity, how are you? Stacy, Dana, Barbie. Chad, how are you? Kimberly. Boy, I didn't think we'd have Rockin' Steady. What's going on? Glades Creature. Brian Cook. So this, just like last night, we'll dedicate this live stream to Steel Redneck. For those of you who didn't know, he passed away. He was a big part of the channel, a big part of the comment section. Man, he will be missed. Don Combs, how are you? I'm doing well, Brian. I'm doing well. How about yourself? Andy Davis is in the house with us. Little Dog, Big Heart. How are you? Sue G? Catherine, this is, I did a Saturday last night and my internet connection bombed out. And there's a comment in the community post explaining why. My internet connection failed last Saturday, this Saturday. So I paid a guy to come in and fix my internet service and fix everything up. So I just wanted to make sure that it is running okay because I felt really bad. So come to find out, I get like 300 megapixels or mega whatever. And I was only getting like 53. And the router was right outside of my, like 20 feet from my room here. So thanks, Terry. Appreciate that. Ronald Reagan the Pagan. Yo, what's up, brother? Yeah, it almost, Andy, it almost did feel like there was a violation going on. It felt really like weird. Like it was like every freaking Saturday for 2 weeks, they just really wanted to stick it right in the old cornhole. And it's raining. We're having a thunderstorm again, and no bad BS. So I'm glad this guy really fixed it. It was worth it. Tig is laying on the floor right here with me. I'm gonna wait for the rain to calm down a little bit before I pick him up because he's scared and I don't feel like getting a murder mitten to the dome piece. Yeah, pups, it's not going to be a long one. Just enough for, enough to make up for last night. I feel bad. No, she's going through some family issues, Caden. I did reach out and she's going through some real bad issues. She lost her son about 3 years ago. And I'm talking about Liz and or Elizabeth Sisney. And she lost her son about 3 years ago and really just kind of needed a little bit to calm down. I think she needed a break from everything for a little bit. It's been really rough for her. All right, got a Dogman encounter. Not bad, Chad. Not bad. Allergies are pretty rough and stuff like that, but other than that, it's good. It's good. Dad's doing well. It sucks, Catherine. God. Libra actually showed up late last night, which was cool to see her. Yeah, it was 3 years ago. She's not dealing with like the loss of her son now, but she's got other family issues going on. So I appreciate that, Joshua. Thank you. Nick asked in German, how's your dad doing? He's doing well. He's got this weird cream that he puts on his feet that are ketamine based, and his vascular surgeon wants to have him put this crap on his foot and leg, thinking that it's going to help with his blood clots. I don't know. His kidney doctor doesn't understand it, but this guy's the vascular surgeon. So there's a name for it. I don't know exactly what it is, to be honest, Veer. The technical name. He just has one of his feet. The left foot is barely getting any oxygen. The right foot gets some. And they'd already last year on the right leg did a couple of stints, got everything cleaned out. He did have a heart attack during the procedure. This year, because of last year, the doctor doesn't want to go in and do the same. So, what's up, Freegan? How are you? All right. I live in northwestern side of Michigan in Manistee and continue to live in the same home. I was in my mid-teens when this originally happened. It was at night. My bed was on one of the walls with a big window on the opposite side. I was on the first floor of the house, but we live on a hill, so it's slanted and still pretty high window, about 9 feet off the ground. Anyway, I woke up on a Saturday night feeling very thirsty. It was maybe 2 in the morning, and everyone else in the family was asleep. I was about to crawl out of bed and go up to the bathroom just down the hall when I looked out the window and froze. At the very bottom of the window was a really dark shape. It looked kind of like the top of a timber wolf's head. It was very large with 2 points that looked like ears on the top. I couldn't make out any other features, so while I was still scared, at first I thought it was a reflection. Then it moved. You know how dogs twitch their ears and perk them up when they are trying to hear better? That's what this thing did. The 2 points that I took for ears twitched and then came back into place. It was not a subtle movement at all, so I knew that it was not a reflection. So immediately I thought Dogman accounts that I had heard in our area. I got really scared then. So I did the typical kid thing, and pulled the covers over my head and tried to fall back to sleep without going to the bathroom and getting water. Eventually I did, and in the morning I went outside by the window and noticed disturbed ground, like a man or something on 2 legs had been standing there. There were no shoe prints, but what looked like elongated wolf prints. There were no marks on the other side of the house. The thing that really stumps me is wondering how anything would manage to stay up by the window that's 9 feet off the ground in the first place. After all these years, I have caught a glimpse of a tall bipedal canine on 2 occasions. The most recent was a couple of weeks ago. I was mowing my lawn and I saw it moving through the woods. I'm terrified that this creature is stalking my family. Red Cardinal, how are you? Yeah, this is not going to be a definite live stream every Sunday. It's always going to be on Saturday still, but because of the last couple of weeks, I just wanted to kind of make sure the internet connection was better now after today, and just kind of give you guys a hello and a bonus. What's up, Rob? How are you? I'm not sure of the name of it, Joe. I'd have to ask my mom. Rockin' steady. Thanks, brother. I appreciate that. I was wearing a gray one last night, I think, right? Dave, I heard from him today, and I don't think we're going to be able to hear anything from him in the near future, to be honest. He's not doing well. That's the best I can give you. He's not doing well at all. Victor. E-Rev, how are you? I don't know if I said hi to you, but I'm saying hi again. What's up, Sean? How was everyone's Sunday? Decent? Hey, Tammy, how are you? Carla, Alex Cruz. T Bizzle, what's up, my friend? Yeah, I had a decent Sunday. UAP. I've lost 2 boys in my time, and it really hurts. Where someone in that would make the most amazing father. Maybe I'll find somebody. Yeah, Brian, that's crazy. Sorry, brother. Amy, how are you? Family's fighting like hell trying to get shit done. Sun's going down. I love Sundays. Hey, Jeff, how much? Hey, Michelle. Oh. T Bizzle, thank you so much. Blessings, my friend. I appreciate that. Let's go. Yeah, I didn't do much. I didn't really boss the person around. I just made sure that the wiring was good and everything was good. So, you know what the issue was? Okay, check this out. So, after the live stream crashed, Jane messaged me and she's like, I'm still not getting anything. And I'm like, I'm not doing a live, Jane. I'm done with it tonight. And she's like, oh. And I'm like, but I'm on the phone with Spectrum. Hey, Larry, how are you? And so I finally get this guy. I didn't know Spectrum had like a call center open in Florida at 3 a.m. And Ginger, how are you? And so I get this guy. He's out of Florida, really cool. And we were talking, and he's like, well, tell me where your modem and router are located. And I'm like, 20 feet from my studio. And he goes, okay, but what's around them? And I said, a bay window, and it's behind my TV. And he goes, that's the issue right there. And so he ended up doing some like configurations with the router. And then I figured out that I needed all that moved, and I didn't want to mess anything up. So, but yeah, I'm so happy that it's working perfectly right now. Keep my fingers crossed. What's up, Raj? How are you? What's up, Bo? Is it PAD, Jeff? I don't know what are you talking about? It could be Ben. I don't know what PAD is though. Going home. I honestly I do not know. I'd have to ask my mom what is the cause of the name of the term my dad has. I don't know. Quasar, how are you? Yeah, apparently you're right. Like my TV sits or sat 6 inches away from my router, and apparently you can't have it by a window or behind any other electronics that use Wi-Fi, which I had no idea, and I'm not the one that hooked it up. The Spectrum guy did. So that just goes to show how intelligent Spectrum. If there's anyone works for Spectrum and hooks up stuff, I'm sorry, but don't take this at heart. But in upstate New York, the people at Spectrum are just total really dipshits, I guess. Probably Missouri. Probably. They're just the best on the opposite day. What's up, Dogman? You came in? Shit, we got a lot of people. This is just like, I didn't think anyone would show up. I just thought maybe a couple people would pop in. Quasar, if you email me, I'll give you my address. Rob, I wouldn't doubt that, honestly. I like the first guy that did the Spectrum install, the modem and the router that are in my daughter's room, he installed it and was on the phone with his girlfriend, fighting his girlfriend the whole time. What's up, Seeker? And then literally put the freaking modem and router on the floor in my daughter's closet. And I'm like, what the fuck? So Pine Knot, I apologize. Thanks, guys. I would love to do live streams all the time, to be honest with you, but I don't have the time to do them. That's why I was like, I'm just going to do one today. Fuck it. Like, I know it wasn't my fault, but, it's still, this is my channel. I should be more apt and think a little better and have shit running properly. Joe, thank you so much. I appreciate it. God bless you, dearie. God bless you, dearie. RC, thank you. Tuna for Tigger. You know, Tigger won't eat tuna fish. That's crazy. Tigger will not eat tuna fish. I didn't have his favorite. He only eats he gets a small can of Fancy Feast every day. And of course, his bowl of food is full. But one day I forgot that he didn't have any wet food. So I opened a can of tuna fish. And of course, he came running out with his fat little ass and got all excited because he heard a can opening. And then I put it down on the ground and he looked at me like, he's like, what, dude? Like, what is, and I'm like, it's tuna fish. I'm like, you eat tuna flavored Fancy Feast. And he just walked away from it. He buried it. He tried to bury it. Like if there was dirt on my kitchen floor, he was like swiping, you know, just an asshole. Aren't you, buddy? Oh, buddy. Want to come say hi to everybody in a little bit? You big chicken shit. All right. I'll just talk for a couple minutes. I don't want to go all through the encounters that I have for tonight. Yeah, I got a pretty good one. Your dad does. Yeah, my dad's got the guy. Okay, here's the bottom line with my dad. He doesn't take care of himself. He was fortunate enough. He's an awesome guy. I love the guy with all my heart. Like, I don't have a bad thing to say about him. He's the fucking best dad in the world, you know, loved me unconditionally, took care of my mom and me, but didn't take care of himself, you know. Retired from the Navy, went to a paper mill because he was bored with his life. He was only, 39, 40 years old. Worked in a paper mill, had polycystic kidney disease, drank beer every day, still drinks beer every day, had a kidney transplant. Don't ask me how he got a kidney transplant when he drank beer. The dude was getting dialysis and drinking beer. I have no fucking idea how. And then he had gout a bunch of times in his feet. So he's always had like feet trouble and just really never took care of himself. Like he could go for walks, stop drinking beers. You know, he quit smoking cigarettes like 30 years ago, but you know, just it's on him, unfortunately. I just wish he'd just quit the drinking the beers so much. Oh, thanks, Connie. It's something that he absolutely loved. And tomorrow is Patriots Day. Let's not forget Patriots Day. Very special day for all of us. I'm going to go to our memorial that we have in my town and do a video from there. Will do, Karen. Will do. Is there an easy way to know if you did a subscriber encounter of our own? Catherine, I'm thinking you had a Bigfoot encounter, correct? Because I'm pretty sure I did do yours just recently. Michigan. The family was in Michigan. No clue. He's a TikToker. I honestly, to be honest, I don't like. The guy was more obsessed with his views and things like that. So, I mean, I don't know. I think he staged a lot of his things. That was I believe up in Michigan. Catherine, yeah, I've done state by states multiple times. I'm probably going to jump into it and do it again really soon. Now that I'm out of my freaking weird depression that I had there. Pineapple juice helps with inflammation. Sometimes I wonder if there are different dogmen. Glades, yes. Like there's different types of people, so there's different types of dogmen. Chief Nosewetter, how are you? Yeah, definitely with Taylor, Mississippi. It's do you know a very good sensitive recorder I can get? Brian, like what kind of recorder are you talking about? Like EMF, EVP? Is that what you mean? I think so, Red Cardinal. I think so. That's just my own belief because like he hit every creator that was sharing his experiences and giving them a heads up. Like I'd be like, "Hey, foul mitten," and I'd put his stuff in the video, and he'd hit us all with copyright claims. So that's why I just deleted them all. I was like, I don't even want a part of it. Dogman, you came in. That's part of the deal, you know. I mean, that's really the deal. I get attacked on a daily basis. You just gotta honestly, I'm not being a jerk, but you just gotta put the big boy pants on and accept it. That's how shit goes, brother. To be honest with you, and I'm not being a dick. I'm just being honest. Like I have Reddit forums designed to hate me. You know, don't keep doing what you do. Don't give a shit about anybody else. Honestly, it bothers you. Yes, I know, but it does suck. Yeah, well, honestly, being Scottish doesn't mean anything to, you know what I mean? Like they don't care. And that's, you know, that'd be like me saying I'm a New Yorker. You just got to do what you're doing for you. You know, that's the best thing that you can do is do it for you. And then when you have a backing, do it for them, you know, like you're doing. So, I mean, EVP. Yeah. I have a Sony one. I have a Sony EVP that I use and it's really good. Hey, Haunted Girl, how are you? Welcome to the live stream. I know you do, Dogman. I know. But just honestly, you can't dwell on people. Like, literally, imagine having a whole fucking Reddit community hate you. And you're like, what did I do to these people? And then I was like, you know what? I don't give a shit because they don't know who I am. They don't know anything about me. You know, they've never once ever watched or listened to a show, talk to me, or anything. So, you know, fuck you, Rockin' Steady. Fuck you. Oh my God. Man, it's pouring out. Am I still getting, are you guys still good? Ronald Reagan the Pagan, EVP, like electric voice phenomenon. Um, because I do different stuff. Like I don't just do Dogman and cryptid stuff. I've gone to the Conjuring House. I have a whole paranormal investigative kit with an SLS cam, an EVP recorder, EMF reader, and many more things. REM pod, Ovilus, and it's all centered around catching the paranormal. And I've caught some really good paranormal stuff. And Brian, the Sony one that I have actually has a USB connection right at the bottom, so you can connect it to your computer and figure all that out. Larry, have a good night, brother. Thank you for joining us. Hey, Jody, how are you? I don't know if you saw that. I did a dedication to your brother Terry the other day. Terry's another subscriber that passed away back in the day, about a year and a half ago. Big loss. Really nice guy. Fucking awesome guy. I remember Terry reached out to me and sent me an encounter, and I had sat on that damn encounter. He said, please, Jeff, don't share this encounter until I'm ready for you to share it. And I sat on it for almost 3 years. And there was times that I looked at it and I'm like, this encounter is too good not for anyone to hear. And I waited and waited. Shepard, you saw a Dogman? I'd love to hear the encounter. I saw one too, my friend. I'd love to hear the experience if you want to email me. Bearzilla, absolutely. It's definitely when you have a paranormal experience, it does make you question everything. Ginny, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I really do. Yeah, Brian. I was at their museum. I went and saw all of the Ed and Lorraine museum, the Warren Museum, and I got to share Joe's haunted doll picture, but I got to share some of the pictures that I have from the haunted stuff at the Warren Museum. And she had a Bigfoot encounter that not many people know of because she didn't share it very often. What's up, Lucifer Jesus? Just doing a quick one on Sunday because everything went to hell on 2 Saturdays, so that's why. Clear sky in Kentucky. We've had nothing but rain for the last couple of days, and it's the transitional period in upstate New York. So we had like 90 degrees for a full week, and then what'll happen is we'll have a rain period for another week, and then our temperature will be 70 degrees, 65 for the rest of until we get snow, which is my favorite time of the year because then I can go into the woods without being overheated, and I can, because I've got my cameras ready to go back up to where Tom Mezek disappeared. Well, thank you, Lisa. Saw a hellhound. That's crazy. That's scary. Joe, I'd love to hear it. All right, here we go. Snowball fights, absolutely. Rockin' steady. I love that you love the channel, brother. You know that. All right. I was driving on Thursday evening, September 7th at 10 p.m., 2023, on my way to pick up food in the Greenview area. This is in Chicago. Prior to me picking up my food, I had a super uneasy feeling. I felt very brain foggy and just out of it. I really wasn't focused. I want to think it's stressful because I was working 9 to 5. So as I'm driving on West Lake Ave, listening to music and singing along with my favorite playlist, I wasn't really thinking much and drove by a cemetery earlier on River Road, which I hate driving by. I started obviously feeling spooked, like out of nowhere. I don't know why I was psyching myself out, but I continued not to pay mind to it and kept singing along. It was Lady Gaga, so I definitely was singing my heart out. So I kept driving. As I drove by the forest on Westlake Ave, I saw a strange creature standing still on the right hand side of the road. I want to believe that it was a deer, but this thing I saw was 6 to 7 feet tall and standing upright, and deer don't do that. It had dark gray cement colored body, and the eyes gave out this same red color a bike reflector does. That's what made me look. When I quickly locked eyes with it, my stomach dropped. The same feeling you get when you're on a roller coaster. I freaked out for a bit and I was thinking, yep, keep driving, don't look back, don't look back. I quickly sped up to oncoming light and intersection. I wanted to be around other cars in the intersection and I wanted to be around other cars and the intersection and more into business buildings. I kept telling myself, no, that was a deer, that was a deer, you didn't see anything. I picked up my chicken and drove the highway home instead of going through the city again. I forgot about it and went to work the next day. I kept thinking about it, so I told a coworker what had happened. She's into the paranormal and conspiracies and told me of the Mothman, or a flying strange creature that has been spotted over Chicago, especially the O'Hare airport. So throughout my research, I saw a Google Maps sighting and felt like sharing this. There's been a ton of kind of Mothman or flying cryptid sightings over and around the O'Hare National Airport, which is strange. Jody, have a good night. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, Mothman 100%. I do believe that there are a lot of flying cryptid things that we do not see and that we are not aware of. Like the one in Virginia, the Snellygaster, which is a very strange, like pterodactyl-esque cryptid that has been spotted in Virginia and West Virginia back in the day. Rock and steady. Have a good night, my friend. I'm only going to be on for a couple more minutes, so you're not going to miss much. I wanted to just do about an hour long live stream just to make sure everything works good. Mothman Fest on the 16th. Hey, baby girl, how are you? Nez, how are you? I've seen that flying witch video. That was pretty cool. The Mad Gasser. No, yeah, the Mad Gasser. Wasn't that in England? But it's the Snellygaster. Bella, I'm only going to be on for a couple more minutes. And I'll make you food in a minute after I finish. All right, so we'll finish this with the what's up, Henry? How are you? Love you, baby girl. See ya. How he could hide undetected? Corey, I don't understand. He didn't have to hide. Like, he had permission to share certain things. Yeah, Chris, I was in a really bad funk this whole summer, so I couldn't really do anything that I wanted to do. Bo, have a good night. Thanks for joining us, brother. Appreciate that. Oh, from Doc, he didn't. They knew that he was around. Absolutely, Eref. No, just probably a snack, Nez lover. We had dinner already. We had like egg crap from Starbucks. She likes these egg bite things that Starbucks makes, so we went there. I took her driving for a little bit, let her drive. Troy, have a good night. Thank you for coming. I appreciate all the love. The 23rd at 2:49. Oh shit. We'll be doing a live stream. That's cool because the 16th is my birthday live stream. The 23rd is the fall equinox live stream. And the 30th is the Bigfoot Festival live stream. So shit's working out good. Maybe Bearzilla, maybe. I think it was just the year and everything. Starlink is cool, isn't it, pups? I think Caden, wasn't it you that sent me the picture of Starlink? And you're like, brother, what is this? And I was like, that's Starlink. I think it was Caden. Yes, more than likely I will do a Halloween live stream. I only started doing live streams just recently, within the last 6 months. Starlink is very cool to see. No, it wasn't you. I'm trying to think of who it was. Missouri, Starlink is Elon Musk's satellite. There's like 10 of them in a row, and you'll see they're bright as can be, and they look very weird. And a lot of amateur UFOologists are mistaking them for UFOs, to be honest with you. They're very cool to see. All right. So this will be the last encounter of the night, and then we'll just shoot the breeze for a couple of minutes. Hey, y'all. My experience happened in northwestern Ohio in the summer of 2018. I was camping with my brother along Lake Erie near the Pickerel Creek Wildlife Area, just south of our home in Sandusky, Ohio. So that first night, we went to sleep pretty early. I woke up around 2:30 in the morning, though, because I had to take a leak. My brother was fast asleep. The moon was almost full that night, so it gave off plenty of light for me to see everything outside of the tent. There weren't many bushes in the area around our campsite, so I didn't have to worry or be afraid of something hiding and waiting to sneak up on me. I was walking away from camp when I saw something that scared the living crap out of me not too far from me. There were two dog-like creatures just standing there staring at me. When I say standing, I do mean on two legs. I completely freaked out, started running back to the tent. I heard what sounded like them chasing after me, making strange noises. Not so much dog or wolf sounds, but more of something like a human. It was the scariest sound I had ever heard. I was too afraid to turn around and look. I thought that at any second they were going to pounce and attack. When I made it back to the tent, I just dove in. I scared the crap out of my brother, who asked, "What's going on?" I told him what had just happened. He gave me a strange look and then laughed, telling me to shut up. I told him if he didn't believe me, go out there himself and see. He laughed again and said, "Sure thing. I have to go anyway." So I sat there and watched him stand up and head out of the tent. I knew that this was serious and I couldn't let him go out by himself, so I followed him. My eyes took a few seconds to adjust, but I could see him standing 20 yards away, staring off at the trees. I walked up next to him and looked in the direction as well. We were staring into the pitch black woods, but then my eyes adjusted, and I could see something in the shadows. It was a part dog, part man creature. It did not move or growl. It just stood there upright and staring at us. The dog part, the upper half, looked like a German shepherd, and it had ember-colored eyes and dog-like head. The human part started about mid-torso. It was standing there on its hind legs. The upper body was hairy like a dog, but the bottom half was almost hairless like a man. I whispered to my brother and asked what he thought it was. He said nothing. He was literally paralyzed in fear. I grabbed him and pulled him back to the tent. As we ran back, the creature let out a horrific howl. The sound of that thing echoed through the trees. It was like nothing I had ever heard before. We dove into the tent, piled our backpacks and gear in front of the door of the tent for protection. I was absolutely terrified. He was shaking, and I felt like I was going to throw up. I asked him what we should do, and he said he didn't know. But if they got into our tent, they were surely to kill us. Then we heard a dog howl in the distance and started feeling relieved, even though I knew that it may have only been the second creature I had seen earlier. Then it was answered by another howl closer to us, like right outside of our tent. It had followed us. We then heard scratching and digging sounds. We're both screaming hysterically at this point. Then it stopped, and there was nothing but silence. We waited inside the tent for at least 15 minutes, hoping that it had left. We decided to risk it and peek outside. I grabbed the flashlight and peeked through the flap and saw nothing. I waited a bit longer, but then I looked out into the campsite and there was nothing there. We decided to stay in the tent until daylight. There was no way that we were going to walk through the dark woods toward the car in an attempt to escape these creatures. After what seemed like forever, the morning light started creeping through the forest canopy. We both slowly exited the tent and looked around us. There were large canine and human-like prints all around the campsite, especially in the circle around the tent. We quickly gathered all our gear and started to hike toward the car, which was parked in a lot about a half a mile away. When we reached the car, the first thing I had noticed was a terrible stench. I didn't know what it was or what was giving off that odor. It was so strong that we smelled it as we were driving home. My brother believes that these creatures may have found the car and marked it as theirs. I wasn't sure if that was true, but the stench lingered for days. When I got home, after dropping my brother off at his apartment, I started looking online in an attempt to find an answer. And I had read about several Dogman experiences in Ohio and Pennsylvania, but none were the area I had mine. That was 5 years ago. My brother and I still enjoy the outdoors, but we had not returned to that area ever since. We are both more aware of our surroundings when hiking and camping, but we just don't like talking about the encounter with each other anymore. Gravity, is your birthday today? Is today's Gravity's birthday? Am I missing something? Hey, Quinn, how are you? The 18th, okay. Pine Knot, oh dear. Have a good night. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. Make sure you install the cable product properly next time, Pine. Just teasing. Guys, if you guys email me, I will give you my address if you want to send me anything. You don't have to send me anything, but Brandy, if you want my address, just email me and I'll give it to you. My birthday is on September 23rd. Ronald, my cousin's birthday. This is weird. I have two cousins, and we're all the same age. My birthday was on the 16th. My cousin's is on the 18th, and my other cousin's is on the 24th. September 17th. The Little Miami River, a lot of sightings of orbs. Yeah, Ron B., I heard that's a hot spot around that area. You know why September is such a good month for birthdays? It's because it's in January. There's nothing to do because it's cold. So our parents just screwed like maniacs, and then the majority of birthdays are in September. I'll be 47, T-Bizzle. 47. How about yourself? But doesn't that make sense? Like, if you think about it, there are a lot more fall birthdays than spring birthdays. That's because it was cold and they had nothing else to do except bang it out, you know? Not that I want to imagine or think that, but damn. Well, I hope your dad has a wonderful birthday, Mindy. 81 years old. Damn. Joe, that's because your parents like to get frisky all times of year. They didn't care if it was hot. My birthday, wait, Bruce Springsteen's birthday's the 16th? No kidding. The boss. Haunted Girl, thank you for joining us. I appreciate that. I really do. Thank you. I'm a product of both my parents' affairs. My parents are celebrating 57 years in November. 57 years. I cannot imagine waking up to somebody's stinky bad breath for 57 years. I'd be like, damn, your breath stinks for 57 years. And you farted on my leg this whole time. Yeah, they were high school sweethearts, my mom and dad. They've literally been together since my mom was 14 and my dad was 16, which is very strange. Not one fight. You're absolutely right, Ben. Nope. My mom puts the old man in his place quickly, very quickly. And she's only like 105 pounds. One karate chop to the throat, and my dad knows to sit the fuck down and shut it. I'm just teasing. They do have something special. They're both awesome. But, like, you know, I mean, my mom does, I imagine, fantasize about slowly strangling the old fart in his bed sometime, maybe. MS, happy birthday. Lake Superior, absolutely right. I'm still afraid of my mom. I remember one time, I'll tell you a funny story. So I grew up in obviously a small town, and there was, our church was called St. Michael's, and my mom was a church school teacher. She taught confirmation class, and I went to church school every Wednesday, and our church would have like a dance. like school dances, and then our church would have a dance for the kids, and once a month or whatever. And one night, my mom, of course, is been a parishioner of this church her entire life, and this and that. And I ended up getting in a fist fight with two kids at the church dance. And when my mom came to get me, I had a buddy that was sleeping over. And my buddy saw my mom's face coming into the church, and he goes, "Jeff, you are screwed. You are very screwed." And I turned and looked, and I was like, oh shit. My mom slapped me so hard in front of everybody, all my friends, in the mouthpiece, and said, "Get in the car." And I pretty much got a big ass kicking when we got home. Hardith, how do they believe 100%. So there's nothing strange to that for them. Mark, yes, I did. Well, they were doing this Vanilla Ice dance in front of me, and I wasn't taking kindly to it because I didn't listen to rap at the time. I didn't like rap. I was a metalhead. I listened to Metallica and everything at that time. And I did like a little bit of rap, but these kids were fucking dorks. They had like the tight spiked hair with the little blonde. And I was like, I can't deal with this. You guys are too. So yeah, things went bad, but things went worse for me. They got a beating, but I got the worst beating. The weirdest Dogman I've ever heard of. Probably one out of Tennessee with purple eyes. Dale, he's not doing well. Victor is not doing well. I didn't talk to him, texted him today, and he's not doing well at all. I doubt we'll ever have him back on the channel, to be honest with you. I'd like to, but I don't think we will. What's up, Dave? This one started at 10 and is ending right now, brother. I apologize, to be honest with you. The Vanilla Ice era. Stop, collaborate, and listen. Jeff is back on a brand new mission. Suge Knight should have dropped him right off the building, though. What's up, Dis? How are you? Yes, Missouri. Yes. Suge Knight. Look it up, Ronald Reagan. Suge Knight forced Vanilla Ice to sign paperwork for all his, or for a portion of his money or something like that, and then held him supposedly off a building. I imagine Suge would be very intimidating. Yeah, Dave, I did the live because I got my internet fixed. I wanted to make sure that it worked for all of the lives, all of the live streams after yesterday and the day before. I hear you, Kathy. I hear you. All right, guys. Gonna end this and go make my kids some food. I want to thank you guys for joining me. I had a blast. I know it was only an hour, but I really wanted to make sure that the internet was 100%. Yes, lovely. It's a Tennessee encounter. Honestly, I don't remember it. the title of the experience. But I'm probably going to do state to state very soon. And really quick, I want to do a poll. So, should I do uploads on camera, or should I do uploads off of camera like I used to? Do you record every single one of your intros, or is it Mike? I record every single intro. I practically live in my studio. On camera, both. All right, so I guess we'll do both. Half and half. Yeah, we'll do both. Dale, I won't stop. Don't worry. On camera. Thank you, Rod. I had to like Todd, Rod. Thank you. I appreciate that. I really do. Thank you, Mike. All right. So what we'll do, I guess we'll do the majority of them. Peace out. Another cool live from the next Art Bell. Wow. Wolf Moose Bear. Thank you very much. I truly appreciate that. That's a freaking compliment. Being compared to the next Art Bell. Holy shit. Wow. All right, guys. God bless you all. I've got a great upload that I'm going to record right after I make my daughter some food. But I'll see you guys on Saturday, 12 a.m., my birthday. We get to spend my birthday together, and I'm looking forward to it. God bless. Thank you for all your support. Have a beautiful and safe week. Thank you.